This woman is suing her ex-boyfriend for, I hope I'm reading this right, faking his own death. I'm Drew.
Drew who?
And this is the case of the day.
Yes, Honor, I'm here today because I planned a beautiful romantic 3-month anniversary celebration for me and my ex, Lucas. And he faked his death. And after he agreed to paying for half of it, when I asked him...
You're throwing a lot at me here. Let's take this train in a different direction at a different speed here. So how long were you and Mr. Kane in a relationship?
3 months.
It was 3 months. And after 3 months, you had said you thought it was a good idea to celebrate in some sort of fashion by doing what?
Just a nice dinner and then a 5-star hotel.
Dinner and a hotel?
Yes.
All right.
Correct.
And Mr. Kang, you were in this relationship with Miss Turner?
Yes, it was only almost 3 months. It was going to be our 3-month anniversary.
Okay. And what was going on with you?
Well, Your Honor, I'm here today because of many, many attempts to break up with Scarlett.
You had just gotten started.
Yes. In the beginning, Your Honor, it was a really fun time. I won't lie.
What was the beginning? All of 6 days or what? I mean, what?
We had a couple months of, we got along.
Bliss.
Yes, you know. It was great in the beginning. It was everything I thought it would be. But
when is it not always good in the beginning? Right?
Exactly, Your Honor.
And then after day 7?
More like week 14, you could say.
Week 14, you started what?
Well, we had a little bit of arguments here and there in the beginning, but we would always settle it out, really. The big wedge between us started when I mentioned that I wanted to start a family.
Okay. And you're 14 weeks in and thinking, I may want to have a child with her?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you want children?
At the moment, no, I don't want children.
Did you tell him that?
Yes.
Okay. There was a conversation about kids, and after you had that conversation with her, what, you thought this is not going to work because she doesn't want to have kids right now?
I didn't initially want to just break up with her or leave her. I thought it would be a little problematic to stay in a relationship.
You just had gotten started.
But it was something that I wanted to talk to her about, honestly.
She said, I'm not ready right now, and you took that as, let me move on.
Yes, Your Honor. But okay. I did stay with her for a little bit, and we...
Another week.
Yes, maybe a week and a half.
And are you admitting that you weren't clear in your efforts to break up with her?
I believe I was clear, Your Honor. I made it very clear that...
Listening to you talk right now, it's as clear as mud.
I understand, Your Honor. It's a very...
And when you... and how many occasions were there, did you recall, where you made this attempt to break up?
There was at least 2 occasions where I made it as clear as I could.
2 times you were like, I'm trying to get you to understand where I'm coming from. She wasn't getting the message, and so you decide what?
Well, Your Honor, I decided that it'd be best if I found someone who wanted to have kids.
Fair enough. But that's not what you did, though. Wasn't there more to it than that? You didn't just find somebody.
Yes, Your Honor.
What did he do?
He faked his death.
Really?
A day before the weekend of our 3-month anniversary, after he had committed to paying half of it.
I never said that I would pay for half of it.
Okay.
He never opposed, though. He never said, no, I don't want to do this.
I didn't exactly say that I would help. I had previously tried to get out of the arrangement, actually, Your Honor. My cousin David was coming in that weekend, and I'm really close with him, and I miss him, so I wanted to hang out with him. Okay.
Where does the faking of the death come into play?
I mean, that's the question we're all waiting for an answer to. But, I mean, it's unusual for the guy. Stereotypically, it's the girl who wants kids, and the guy who doesn't, and is commitment phobe, and wants to get out when there's talk of kids or marriage or, long-term stuff. So it's a little unusual for the tables to be turned. But turned they were. She also didn't say never. She just said not right now, and they've been together for a few weeks or something. Like, he was looking for an excuse. Okay? That's all. Anything else he's saying is bluster and just fluffing the truth. He just wanted out. Now, what I don't get is why we had to resort to faking our own death and leading her along to do that. Like, just be a man and say, this is what I want. I'm leaving. It's not hard. I mean, clearly it is for this guy. He's beating around the bush and, blah, blah this and blah, blah that. And I stayed with her for another week and a half or whatever. Anyway, it's a bummer she had to sue this guy, but like, I hope she moves on and leaves this guy behind her.
You had no other way out.
Yes, Your Honor. I
Really?
cared very deeply about Scarlett, and I was very, very worried.
So I'll just make it seem like I died because I care so much about her.
You know, if
How did
she's...
you actually even, I mean, what did you do exactly?
Well, first, me and my cousin David, we spoke about it. He actually pitched the idea of faking my death. And at first I thought that's impossible, that's not going to work, but he actually made it sound like it could work. And again, I cared.
I know, you had no other way out.
Yes, I really did, because she kept threatening to do
This is unbelievable. I can't believe I'm hearing this case.
Me and you both, Your Honor.
Well, you're the
both.
one that I'm saying it about.
I understand.
So
Your
you and
Honor.
David are, so what's the scheme?
So me and David were going to go surfing a few days before the anniversary, and the day of the anniversary, I would call Scarlett and let her know that I couldn't make it. There was a
Is that what you did?
Yes, there was a bad storm that day, and she told me not to go, but I still did. And I remember the last thing she said to me before I faked my death was that I love you, and I didn't love her back. So I had David tell her that night that we went surfing that I hit my head and drowned, and that there was nothing he could do. And she asked about the funeral, and he said it was just family members only, and hung up. I felt bad about doing it, I really did, but there was no other way out, Your Honor. She was threatening.
No other way out. And then you completely cut off contact because she knew where you lived. She knew how to get a hold of you. I mean,
I actually...
help me make sense of this.
I will, Your Honor. I moved to Boston very quickly after that.
Oh my God.
Boston's a great place if you haven't been.
Okay. And
I moved there, and I was working volunteer at a port in Southie for some time, and that's when...
you got a new cell phone number and everything else too?
Yes, Your Honor.
You really went through a lot for somebody that you had only been with not even 3 months.
I cared about her, Your Honor. I mean, Scarlett...
Yeah, I love how you show how you care.
It's very funny.
And ultimately, how did you find out that this was all just a complete fraud, a lie?
That day, when he went out surfing, I tried calling. I didn't hear back from him all night. Then the next day, his cousin David got in contact with me, gave me a call,
Yes.
told me what happened about the accident. Move forward. I couldn't go to the funeral. I'm obviously just depressed, lonely. I lost my job. I had to go to therapy. I had to move back in with my parents because I thought that my boyfriend had died. And even though it was just 3 months, we were inseparable for those 3 months. This was the closest person in my life at the time during that period. So, sorry, I'm getting a little bit nervous and shaken up just talking about this again. But, so I was just scrolling on Instagram about 6 months later.
Yes.
And I saw an IG Live from one of my favorite bloggers. And I saw this guy that was a carbon copy of Lucas in the background with a woman and 2 kids. And I was watching it over and over and over again because I was like, oh my God, like, that looks like him. Like, but that can't be because I experienced all this and I lost him when we went through this already. But so I hired a private investigator to confirm that information, and the private investigator got back to me and told me that,
And just that quick, was that you, first of all?
It was, Your Honor.
And just that quick, you had met a woman and with 2 kids?
Those 2 kids are not mine. I just want to say that first of all. Those 2 kids are not mine. I don't work that quickly, Your Honor.
I don't think life works that quickly.
Hey, yes, I met Sarah at a bar in Southie.
Sarah, okay.
We instantly connected.
Instantly.
just like us.
Just like that. Wow. And all of that's to say, give me my $740.
Yes.
Is that the total cost?
That's all I'm asking for. I'm not asking for cost of lost wages, lost time,
The $740
therapy.
reflects what?
The $740 is the half of that 3-month anniversary celebration that he committed to paying for.
I got it.
I have all the evidence here.
At the minimum,
No,
Mr.
that's all
Kang,
they
why
do.
not just pay the $740, man?
And I had reached out to him.
I'm talking to him now.
Oh, sorry. May I tell you what?
No.
Okay.
Why not just pay the $740?
I feel I don't owe her the $740, Your Honor.
Because?
I've also been through some emotional stress, and moving
course
across
you
the
have.
country,
Oh my
faking
God.
my death was
I need to talk to that Sarah and tell her to lighten up on you, brother. Okay. Got it.
Yes.
Based on the evidence and the testimony before this court, the gavel is going to come down in favor of the defendant. You don't have an agreement with him. He never concretely said to you, I will pay for my portion of this event. Your matter is dismissed. Case closed.
We can both leave this case just leaving lives we both deserve.
It's left me with trust issues and PTSD, and I don't know what kind of ruthless person it takes to fake their death.
I'm genuinely shocked that the judge ruled against her. I mean, it sounded like they had a verbal agreement, and what he did was so egregious. Like, what an insane thing to do. And he still doesn't get it. He's still, Sarah, girl, if you're seeing this, run. Run. This guy is a monster. What an insane thing to even contemplate doing, and then to actually do it to someone you've only known for 3 months. Like, and she said she was threatening to do stuff. Look, that's serious business. If you're with someone who's like threatening to do things to themselves, if you leave them, they need help. But you can't just stay with a person forever on that threat. They need to get help, and you are not responsible for their actions. I've had some close friends deal with stuff like that in the past, and it is really hard. So maybe he really felt like he had no other option, but even still, like, there's got to be another way. There's got to be another way. The judge was not impressed, but I'm shocked that she didn't get anything. Yeah, I can't believe it. Can you? Like, is this what you expected to happen? Has anyone ever faked their death on you? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching with me.